Well, hello everyone, welcome. It is our Thursday Q&A with me, Phil. It's an AMA and I'm here to help you with whatever it is you want helping with in your DJing, your DJ production, whether it's gear questions, whether you've got music library issues or music discovery stuff, whether you want some tips on tricks and techniques, whether you want to talk about playing out or live streaming or promoting yourself, whatever it is that's on your mind in your DJing, I'm here to help. So for those of you who are totally new to this, we are Digital DJ Tips. I am the owner and founder of Digital DJ Tips, biggest online DJ school in the world, with over 25,000 students across all our courses. But twice a week on a Tuesday and Thursday, we like to do exactly this, to go live on Facebook. We're on our Facebook group, Global DJ Network. We're on our Facebook page. We're also live in our student group. And we're also live on YouTube, on our YouTube channel, and on Twitch, and on Mixcloud. So wherever you've stumbled over this, that's who we are, that's what we do. We're going to talk DJing for the next 40 minutes or however long it takes to answer all the questions that come in. Sometimes this goes on for well over an hour, but we do tend to kind of see how it goes. And it's completely unscripted, it's all live, so you can ask questions and we'll get straight to you as quickly as we can. All the questions pop up here in the comments. Here we go. You see, hello to Dr. Funkist, who's obviously hovering over the watch button and always first here. Hi to Nikki, one of our lucky regulars. Good to have you here, Nikki. I'm looking for other regulars here. I'm JKKJ. Always good to have you here as well. Hello, DJ RC3, who's 12 years old. Awesome. Hi to Michael. Hi to 99, who says, let's go. I've been practicing my set for tonight. That's awesome. Good to know. Yeah, loads and loads of the family are here. Good to have you here. So this is all about you guys and girls today, and I've got news for you. I've got stuff to share. Haven't I always got stuff to share? The biggest piece of news I guess I've got to share is that we can now officially, because of course we've been talking about it kind of unofficially for a little while, we can now officially announce that we have partnered up with James Hype, who is one of the most exciting technical DJs in the world. And we have got some training coming out with James. So we just announced it on the website where you can head over there, have a look at what James is all about. Look at this absolutely iconic video of his where he mashes up One More Time by Daft Punk into Fisher's Losing It. And you can also register to find out about the oncoming course with James by clicking that little link and going here and entering your email address. So we're very excited about that. It's something we've wanted to do for a long time, someone we've wanted to work with for a long time. It's always good when these things come together. So that's kind of one piece of news from Digital DJ Tips. I might share others with you as we go on. But as I say, this is really all about you today. All I would ask is, if you enjoy this, please do share. Sharing allows us to do this. And if you're watching the replay and you wish you'd been watching this live, then you can subscribe to the channel or follow or like the page on Facebook and click show notifications. Click the show these posts first if you're on Facebook, and that's going to help you to see this stuff. So that's it. We're ready to go. Also, if you do watch the replay and you think, oh, I wish I'd had a chance to ask a question, don't worry, you can still ask your questions. We will still answer them because my team and I look at the comments underneath for a few days afterwards. So don't worry if you're a little bit late on that. Right, let's get going. Questions. This is what it's all about, people. So Keaton says, hi Phil, how long do you think it will be before the XZ gets a hardware update now that the CDJ 3000 is out? Happy Thursday. It's a great question. So of course the Pioneer DJ CDJ 3000 has been released. It is now the flagship player. It's got a much bigger screen. It's got a much more powerful processor in it. It can do lots of stuff that the CDJ 2000 couldn't do. And the question Keaton is asking, how much longer do you think we'll be waiting until there is an updated standalone unit like the XZ or the XDJ RX2, which are Pioneer's kind of, they're like DJ controllers with a screen and you don't need to use a laptop, right? That kind of thing. A little bit like the one we've got on our desk here today, of course. This is the Denon DJ Prime Go. This is a very small model in the Denon DJ range, but this is standalone as well. This needs no computer to work. It works off a USB in the back. So Pioneer's version, I mean, this is a tiny one. Pioneer's version that you're talking about is more like the Prime 4 from Denon, but nonetheless, it's the same kind of thing, standalone DJ gear. The Denon stuffs are very up to date. It's got a lot of great features on it, but the Pioneer standalones are looking a bit long in the tooth now. So Keaton, in answer to your question, I think we're looking at within the next 12 months. It could be a lot sooner than that. It could be January. January is a good time for launching stuff generally. People like to launch at the end of January. Or if not then, it could be April. And if not April, we're looking at September next year. That's just my guess based upon when people tend to launch things. But that will be coming for sure. Good question. Thank you for that, Keaton. Hello to Paul. It's always good to have you here, Paul. Hello to DJ Unknown, who says I'm here early for once. I was late actually, DJ Unknown, so sorry about that. You were probably on time. Beat Bloxers in my home city of Manchester. Good afternoon to you too. Reg S says, I've got no question. I just wanted to say I've been following since I started in July and I just played my first live set this past Sunday. Thanks for all your help. I believe you posted over in the student group as well, didn't you? Sharing that news. I think it was you. So well done, Reg S, if that was, but well done anyway. Right, I broke my mixer. Well, my little brother did. Oh dear, it's always bad that, isn't it? What do you have? Any recommendations? I think, you know, it depends on what you want, of course, but the mixer that stood out for us in the last couple of years has been the Newmark Scratch. It's like $499. You get Serato with it. It works with Serato DVS and it's also a great little standalone mixer. We really like that. It's a good value little mixer. Hello to Tiffany, always good to have you here. Jai Panay, good to have you here from Paris. DJ Unknown says, is Twitch good for live streaming? Actually, just yesterday, Twitch came down really hard on people playing copyrighted material on their platform, and they had they just wiped it off. Thousands and thousands of people. They obviously had been hit with a lot of takedown requests. So no, we live stream on Twitch, but it's not an ideal place, certainly if you want to keep the recordings afterwards. There's nowhere other than Mixcloud that is a good place to live stream, because everywhere else is likely to get your stream taken down. Everywhere else you're playing a game of cat and mouse really with the copyright police, if you like. So, next question. Keep your questions coming, people. That's what this is all about. I'm new at this, and information about promotion across platforms would be great, please, says I am 108. So, I mean, it's a really big question, right? I'm sure you'll agree with me that that is a very big question to ask on a AMA. But we do have some resources for you. So I'm just finding those now so I can show them to you on the screen, show you where to go and read about this stuff. We have got well, to start with, of course, it wouldn't be a live stream if I didn't say this book can help you with all this stuff. At the back of this book is all about the 5 ways of becoming a great DJ, right? And right at the beginning of the book, we have the 5 areas, which are gear, music, techniques, playing out, and promoting yourself. And the book goes into detail about all of those. But at the end of the book, there is a whole chapter, a whole section about promoting yourself. So if you want to know about things like, for instance, I'll read you the contents of it, why you need regular gigs, how to build your DJ profile, how to get involved in your local scene, how to land regular slots, how to throw your own events, how to set up as a mobile DJ, and how to become a DJ producer. With all that broken down, it's all here in the book. And the reason I'm telling you this is I'm not trying to sell you the book, although it is on, you know, real book from good bookstores, and also you can get Kindle and audiobook and all that. No, that's not why I'm telling you this. I'm telling you this because if you join Digital DJ Tips by going to that link there, I'll give you the book for free. I'll give you a PDF download of that book. And that's a really good place to start with this kind of stuff. So have you read the book yet? If not, then I'd say that's definitely a good place to start. I am 108 for sure. So thank you for that question. Hello to loads of regulars appearing. Hello, Phil. Hello, DJ Nick's in the mix over there in New York. Hello, Daddy Doe in Atlanta. Awesome. Good to have so many of you here today. Hi, Timothy. I always love seeing the old names. Do you know what I mean? Alex in the northeast of England there in Scarborough. Always fun to chat to you, Alex. Okay, Dat Boy says, hi, Phil. I'm glad to watch this stream. I was wondering about the size of your music collection. I never hear you play the same track twice. How many tracks do you generally keep in your collection? Okay, just a bit of backstory here for people who, you know, to help people understand this. I DJ'd from the age of 17 to the age of 36, pretty much once a week, normally 3 or 4 times a week. At the age of 36, I was like, enough's enough. I'm stopping. And I did, but within a few years I was missing it, so I started Digital DJ Tips and I started teaching DJing, and that's what I've been doing for the last 10 years, teaching DJing. And really, until lockdown, I wasn't DJing anymore. This has become a full-time job. We've got a team of 8 people working full-time here. You know, The only DJing I've been doing has been in our courses and in our lessons. And then lockdown happened. And like so many people, I thought, I need to do something here. And I started live streaming, and now I live stream every couple of weeks. I do something called Balcony Beats, which you can see on our YouTube channel. All the recordings are there. And I absolutely love it, really love it. It's just got me totally back into the whole thing. And it's awesome to be doing that as well as teaching, you know, it's just great. But I guess the question here from Dat Boy is, you never play the same thing twice, Phil. Well, that is absolutely intentional. What I do for my live streams is spend 2 weeks listening to all the new music in the scenes and in the genres I enjoy, picking out the stuff I like, and then a couple of days before try and plan it into a rough mix, and then I go live and I do that mix. And the idea is I don't want to play the same track twice. I want to always be presenting new music every 2 weeks. So that's why I do that. But in answer to your question, I probably add 20 tracks to my collection every couple of weeks. So 10 tracks a week, maybe 1 or 2 a day at maximum. And my current collection is about 1,000 tracks, and that's after 30 years of DJing. So I'm very, very minimalistic with my music. I always take stuff out as well as putting stuff in. If I've gone off something, it goes. Because my feeling is, and again, we go into it in the book, but my feeling is there's no point having tracks that you haven't played within the last year and you don't think you're going to play within the next year. And so that's my general philosophy. But of course, because that's how I DJ at the moment, it's slightly different to working DJs. When I was a resident, I used to have tracks that I played all the time, and tracks that I played every now and then, tracks I knew were old, and then I'd get rid of those ones. Just like radio stations have like A list, B list and C list, don't they? They're on heavy rotation, regular rotation, and every now and then. So, you know, I think your record collection should consist of those, but once something becomes, I never play it, then get rid of it. Thank you for the question, that boy. Someone on our Facebook group says, do you remember a Red Hot Chili Peppers By The Way remix that used to get hammered at Tangle? Do you know who it was by? So this is going to be someone who used to come to the club, funnily enough, that I used to DJ at every Saturday for 10 years. I do remember the remix extremely well. And the reason I don't know your name is that it doesn't pull the names across from our Facebook group. I do remember the remix extremely well. I've got no idea who it's by. My friend James has got the record in his collection at the moment, along with a load of my other tunes, and I've absolutely no idea. I know it was a white label, but I don't know who did it. I'm so sorry, I cannot help you there. Right, hi to DJ Vince, good to have you here. Rob Retro Rewind, always good to have you and your emojis with us. GM says, can't wait. Oh, you're very nice, GM. Colin says, do you know if Mixcloud will be enabling streaming live from a phone, as it's only possible on a laptop at the moment? I don't know if they might be. I'm always prodding them and saying, what are you going to do next? What are you going to do next? We need this, we need that. And they always say, we'll do it when we can, we'll do it when we can. However, you can go and get a piece of software called Larix Broadcaster. And Larix Broadcaster will let you do what you want to do. So go and Google it. Larix Broadcaster looks like this. And it is on Android, it's also on Apple, and it's also on iOS. You download this little app, and then you go over to your Mixcloud page and you get the RTMP server, and you also get the stream key from them. And once you've got those things, you just head straight back to your Larix Broadcaster and you turn that into a Mixcloud broadcasting platform just by putting those things in. So you can actually broadcast from your phone, believe it or not. You just have to use a platform which isn't Mixcloud's own app. So there you go. That's a sneaky way of getting around that. The next question is from Jason, who says, I want to say thank you. I took your advice and purchased the XDJ XZ. I'm starting to feel a bit comfy with it, and I'm so happy with it. I will be a thumb drive DJ real soon. Thank you. Oh, you're very welcome. It's a wonderful DJ console, that one. You've got a good one there. PTH01 says, I'm recording a mix currently. I'll drop it in the comments tomorrow. Well done. Good to know that. Hello to Hugo in Australia and Slinky. Good to have you here, Slinky, as well. Dance for Oil says, Tribal Blast versus One More Time was the blend of blends. It's been a while. Indeed. Always like a good blend here at Digital DJ Tips. NJX O'Neill says, Phil and the team are the best when it comes to replying. Well, look, we've got 2 people who are dedicated full-time just to customer support and helping the community here. We think it's really important that no one goes unheard. So if you do go unheard, just shout again. We will get back to you, I promise you. Doc Kamoli says, hi, Phil. Does the laptop speaker output in the Serato update only come up if a controller is attached? Yes. it does. So Serato has recently changed its software so that you can use the laptop speakers rather than have to plug speakers into your controller in order to hear what you're doing. Sometimes you just want to plug something like this into your laptop, right? And just hear it. You don't want to mess around with your speakers and stuff. But you need to have a Serato controller plugged in. That is very true. However, if you buy the Serato Play plugin, then you can DJ without a controller plugged in and also use your laptop speakers. So that is the state of play there. The next question is from Erin, who says, I just got my DDJ 200 and brand new iPad Pro. I'm just trying to decide which streaming service to sign up for. Any advice? So you mean music streaming so that you can plug it in. Go for Beatport. Beatport will be a good start for you there. Tiffany says, I'm hoping that Denon will do a firmware upgrade to include samples for the Prime 4 in some way on the pads, perhaps using the shift key. Do you think there may be something coming? I don't know. They've always said that's not something we planned for this unit, but it's one of the biggest things people want. But to be truthful, I've got no idea whether that's coming. Can you suggest a nice pair of budget monitors, says DJ Kluibi, who is on our YouTube channel. I can, but also I'm sure our users can. So if you're on YouTube, scroll down and find DJ Kluibi's comment, or just throw it in the comments and help him out, or her out. It's him, yeah, looking at your picture there. Help him out there. I'm looking around the office now. What do we use? I mean, KRKs are great. We also like the iLoud monitors. They're very, very good. So look at iLoud's micro monitors, and we'll basically go and look at the iLoud range. There's a couple of good ones in there. The next question is from Blingy, who says, hello Phil, I'm looking to get into DJing. Which entry-level controller would you recommend? I've been looking at the DDJ 400 and the Impulse 500. You can't go wrong with either of those. Whichever one you prefer, basically. But they're both great beginner controllers. So you're doing well. Phil, how do you edit your beat grids on the Impulse 500? Talking of that controller. I'm trying to think now. I've been DJing on it quite a lot recently because it's just the one I happen to have in my home, in our holiday home where I've been doing the live streams. Do you know, I don't know. I just tend to click edit grid on the screen and do it on the screen. So I don't know, in answer to your question, sorry. Andy says, afternoon Phil, what are the easiest platforms to stream video DJ live sets on? Facebook and others shut you down before you know it. Cheers. So the easiest platform to stream on is definitely Mixcloud, because Mixcloud is the one that is legal. So Mixcloud, definitely. If you are careful, you can also use YouTube. And the way to use YouTube is to upload a dummy video with all the tracks in you want to use first, leave it unlisted, and then you'll see if you're going to get blocked. It will tell you copyright for each track. And if you're going to get blocked, you'll know ahead of time. And then when you go live in the real thing, just don't use the tracks which have been blocked. It's not normally that many, actually. It's normally pretty good, especially if you're DJing with newer music. Now, if you are really interested in taking the whole live streaming thing further, we do have a course, DJ Live Streaming Made Easy, which has done extremely well. It was only made this year. It was actually made because we all got into DJ live streaming our sets in a big way. Obviously, we do live streams like this, and we've done for half a decade like this, but we actually started live streaming DJ sets and using all the different stuff, phones, iPads, laptops, and full studio setups. And so this course covers all what we call streams, 3 streams, using your phone, using the laptop you've already got, and setting up a really big studio and doing it all kind of like professionally. So if you're interested in this course, DJ Live Streaming Made Easy, just head over to the Digital DJ Tips courses area, which you'll find on the site here, DJ courses. Head down to Essential Courses, and then in there you'll find one of our essential courses is Live Streaming Made Easy. And there it is there. Click on there and you can find out more about this course. So let's get back to your questions. Loving this today. Please hit those likes and loves if you're loving it too. It's always good fun to help you guys and girls out with this stuff, and that's why we do it. And we'll carry on until we are pretty much at the end of the questions, I think. I've got time today, so I'm not going to rush off. Next question is from... I'm just checking, just looking down. This is all live, folks. Arek is just sharing a story. I moved to Denon 2 years ago, but I do still have my Pioneer gear hidden in cases, so there we go. Darren says, is there a way to set up a 1.1.1 point in Ableton, but keep the section of the track before that point? I'm trying to do this where the beats begin after a beatless intro, but it gets cut out. Doesn't matter, just set up a 9.1.1, it doesn't matter. you know, there's no reason to set that 1.1.1 is the beginning of your track, and then have the 1.1.1 as that very first point, and then have, you know, eight bars later have where the beat kicks in. That's all right, Darren. I think I've understood what you were talking about there. Nikki says Mixcloud isn't free though, is it? No, you pay for Mixcloud. It's like $15 a month. It's not only the live streaming you're paying for, there's a lot of other stuff as well. But guess what? A lot of that money goes to the artists whose music you're playing. So that's why it's legal. NJX O'Neill says the Mixars Duo is a good inexpensive mixer with Serato support. Thank you for pointing that one out, and it's very true. Band Lab is good for live streaming, yes, but it's hard to find an audience on there. I agree with you. BandLab used to be Chew.tv, but thank you for sharing that one as well. David says, first time seeing the live Q&A. Lockdown again, tell me about it. Lockdown again here. It's not quite kicked in yet, but it's on its way. Only a matter of time, I'm afraid. Jason says, what's your thoughts on the Periscope app? I've played live on that platform before without an issue. It's the same technology as Twitter. The trouble is Twitter hasn't got any licenses in place with any music source. So what tends to happen is you get away with it and then you get your channel taken off you. So I can't recommend using Periscope to go live on. Mixcloud don't allow you to use your phone as a camera, so I've shown you how to do that, so that's cool, you know about that. Do you have any experience with Play.tv? No, I have looked at them, and when we think they're worth recommending, we will. It's an upcoming streaming platform. They're shouting a lot, but I haven't got any enough good reactions about that platform to recommend them just yet. So Rockville monitors are good and inexpensive. Thank you for that piece of advice there. Isn't it possible for platforms such as Twitch, Facebook, etc. to get a license agreement like Mixcloud? If so, why don't they? Agreed. You know, the bottom line is these platforms are growing because of music. They're encouraging music. Beatport and SoundCloud have got shows on Twitch. But guess what? As soon as you or I try and do it, they're down on us like a ton of bricks. It is not a good look for those platforms, and I strongly think they should. They're making enough money. They should spend some of that money allowing people to create content using music on those platforms, is my thought. Oh, Nikki, thank you very much. Nikki says, brilliant book. It helped me so much. So I do appreciate that, Nikki. Can you leave us a tip on how to promote better on Mixcloud? Yes, I can. Promote outside of Mixcloud. You need to be ready to tell people who are not on that platform to go to it. Mixcloud is like a big echo chamber of other DJs. You cannot promote within Mixcloud and expect to build an audience. You have to promote outside of it. All the people who succeed there tell people from outside to come into their Mixcloud. So that's my one big tip. Dance for Oil says, I have the ebook because I joined. Thank you. Oh, you're very welcome. So Richie says, hi Phil, I own the DDJ 800, which is a Pioneer controller, of course. I'm trying to record using the line-in method. My laptop shows that line-in is available in settings, but no sound appears when I'm recording. I believe you're getting a couple of things confused there. So the DDJ 800 will not feed anything you plug into its line-in into the recording. I don't think. It will only put it out of the output of the unit. So if you hit record in the software, it's not going to work. You need to actually record the output of the unit. Richie, if you've got any more detail on that, then pop it into a follow-up comment, and either I or my team will get in there and try and help you further with that. Colm says, Periscope kept crashing on me. Well, there you go. Nothing's ever free, says Paul. Well, if you want to pay the artists, no, it isn't. I agree. DJ Unknown says, I recently bought a Roland Go mixer. It's actually what we've got down here. I don't think I can show you. No, it's too tucked away, but underneath the desk. So you know, most of you know this, but we present most of our recorded live stuff and our tutorials get presented from here. It's the same studio setup that you see with our other tutors as well. And then so we have everything set up. So for instance, here I've got the controller, and I can switch to the controller like this. I can play stuff on it. You see, and you can hear that. The reason you can hear that is that underneath here, underneath this desk, we have all kinds of wires and stuff going on, and one of the things is we have a audio interface, so that the lead that you can see my hand on here, this lead here comes out of here, out of whatever unit we have on the desk, goes underneath the desk, and then from down there it gets fed into a little mixer and gets fed into the broadcast computer that I'm talking to you on now. And we use the Roland Go mixer as well, so you've got a good little mixer there. So someone in the UK says, with tier 3 restrictions just being imposed, what's the best way that a DJ can make a living? I was traveling the UK before this, 6 to 10 gigs a week, but now nothing, and it's hitting us all hard. Don't expect gigs to come back anytime soon. That is the best way you can make a living right now. The worst thing you can do right now is expect it to come back and just keep putting stuff on hold for it. You know, these are hard times. You have to do anything you can to make money, of course, but you need to be spending your time now improving your lot for when gigs do come back, but not expecting them to come back. Learn producing, polish up your skills, get live streaming, do anything, start teaching DJing, do anything to make that money that's roughly related. But look, don't expect it to come back anytime soon, because I honestly don't think it will. I think we're looking at a couple more years of this. Horrible to think, but there we are. DJ Once says, still waiting if Pioneer will release a DJ controller that has the same price as the DDJ 200 but better. Right, so here's the problem. This is the DDJ 200 from Pioneer. This is the DJ to go from Newmark. This lets you plug in your headphones, lets you plug in your speakers. This doesn't let you do any of that. You have to hack your iPhone or your MacBook or whatever it is you're plugging it into with what's called a splitter cable. This hasn't even got an audio interface in it, and it's nearly twice the price of that. I agree. The DDJ 200 is a great little controller, don't get me wrong, but it's overpriced. Even at the low price that they charge for it, it's overpriced. I hope they do come up with a replacement that has got an audio interface in it. I'd like to see that. Whether they do or not, I don't know. No clue on that. Is it better to get a general business consultant for starting a DJ business, or a consultant in your industry? What do you need a consultant for? Person on Facebook, sorry, this is on our Facebook group, so I don't know your name. What do you need a consultant for? I'd need to know why you think you need a consultant to start a business. Just start it. You know, you're going to need an accountant to keep track of your money, and you're going to need to do some reading. There's loads of good books that will help you start businesses. Let me give you an example. I'm just going to dial up a book which I think is absolutely brilliant. Just trying to find an image of the book to share with you, and I cannot find it, so maybe I've got the title wrong. There's some really great business books out there that will help you plan out a very tiny micro business. I wouldn't hire a consultant at the early stage. You know, Digital DJ Tips is 11 years old. We've spent tens of thousands on coaches and consultants over the years, but not in our first 5 years. Our first 5 years, we worked it all out for ourselves. I'd say you need an accountant for sure, who can give you advice on setting up a name, and you know, generally you don't need to hire a lawyer to do that. An accountant can help you with that, a small business accountant. But that's it to get started, especially in this day when, you know, we're not really making much money, let's be honest. A few of you sharing your lockdown woes. Melbourne is still in lockdown, says Paul. It's still middle of the night there as well. Good to have you here at that time, Paul. Is Alan and Heath still buying tractor, says John. Have you been given a heads up? I hope so. We have no idea. I was thinking about that just today, but we have no idea on that. Do you use an external hard drive when you're DJing or have all your music on your computer? I definitely have it all on my computer. It's one less thing to go wrong, and I think your music collection should be small enough to fit on your computer. If it's too big and you need to put it on an external drive, you've probably got too much music, people. Is using Quantize a taboo for DJs? No, no tool is a taboo for DJs. Use all your tools. They are there to help you DJ better. When will we get that Phil Morse balcony beats drum and bass rinse out session, says Subculture? You've been asking this for months. In my music collection, I've got a small drum and bass genre, which is slowly getting bigger. And one day, when it's big enough, probably on a holiday or something, I will do a special drum and bass session for you. I'm not sure it's going to be a full-on rinse out. It might be a little bit more mellow than that, but I promise you we'll do that one day, Subculture. I cannot promise you when. Mike says, I'm loving your balcony beats. I just watched your latest one from 3 days ago. We have similar taste. Oh, that's really, really nice. Thank you for sharing that. If anyone wants to see, you know, I don't normally DJ like I've been telling you. DJing is not something I get time to do. But if anyone wants to see my balcony beat sets, you can just head over to YouTube, type balcony beats in. This is one from a few weeks ago, and you can see my DJing there. I'd love you to come and add your comments, join in. Also, it's on my personal Mixcloud. So if you go to mixcloud.com/Phil Morse, you can hear all the live streams there. So if you'd rather like listen to them or have them on the app on your phone, you're not bothered about me talking away in the background, you can head over there and do it. Although funnily enough, it's not loading at the moment. Look at that. Probably just because we're going live on the channel as well. So head over there and listen on Mixcloud. Thank you very much. I appreciate your support as always. Oh, there we go. It finally got there. So yeah, you can head over to Mixcloud, and they're all there. Look, 17 of them, plus a few bank holiday specials and stuff. So yeah, I'd love to have your comments as well. If you enjoy them, do like them and comment over there. That'd be cool. Right, back to your questions. Do you think Pioneer will rethink their monthly subs so that DVS becomes free with the DDJ 1000, for instance? I think they might do, because it's not been treated very well. For those of you that are not into this, the point is that Pioneer upgraded from Rekordbox 5 to Rekordbox 6 and then introduced all these subscription levels that didn't go down very well with people. The next question, I was just wondering, what scratch samples do DJs use to transition between songs? Okay, so we have a scratch pack which will give you all those samples. Now I should know the URL to show you this, but I don't, and I'm not going to pretend I do, but I can share it with you here. So it's a bit long, but if you bear with me, I'll find a way of sharing that with you now. In fact, I'll put it in the comments. I wonder if my team can put this in the comments. Can someone? No, I'll share it with you. I'll share it with you. It's easier that way. I've got to find a better way of doing this. So this is the URL. It's, as I say, it's quite a long one, but hopefully it's not so long that you won't be able to scribble it down. Just editing it now so that it's all there. So let me just get rid of all the gubbins at the beginning there to make it a little bit easier. You can tell this is live, can't you, folks? Because we'd never add this to a recorded stream, would we? So this is it. one.digitaldjtips.com/scratchpack-sign-up. But my team has just literally given me an easier one. It's djtips.co/scratch-social. djtips.co. Let's change this one to that. Let's change this one now to that. So if you want to go and get free scratch sounds, you can get them here. We'll give you some free scratch sounds. So they are the sounds that DJs use. So if anyone wants to get some free scratch sounds to load up on your other deck and have a practice, head to djtips.co/scratch-social. Let's put that in the middle. So next time I load that, it's in the right place. So there we go. That's where to get them. Always good to help, even if it takes a bit of clunking around to do it, people. I want to get that off the screen now. I'm done with that. But let's get back to the questions. The next question is from someone on our Facebook group. Says, "Hi Phil, great show as usual." Thank you. But how do you manage to pull chat from other programs and put it on your screen? We use a piece of software called Ecamm Live to do that. Ecamm Live is something that I cannot recommend too highly. It's absolutely brilliant, and we've been using it for a number of years now to go live. This is Ecamm Live. It's only for Mac, unfortunately, and it's not free, but it is an absolutely fantastic program. And one of the things Ecamm Live gives us, and you can see that in the picture there, is a list of all the comments coming in, and you just click on a comment and it goes live on the screen. You can even set how long it goes live for. So for instance, I have mine set to go live just for 10 seconds and then they disappear automatically. And you can do all this stuff here, like cycle through the cameras. This is how I get through all the cameras. There's me again. There's the side camera there. These are all just plugged into it and it lets me do all that stuff, which is, you've got to admit, pretty cool, right? So that's how it works. Ecamm Live, it's called. The next question is from, oh, this is Dance for All, talking about that Larix program. The only problem is the phone only has mono for input. Yes, but you could use a proper audio interface in there in order to do that if you really wanted to. Plug something like one of these. This is a Evermix mix box. You could plug your DJ controller in there and a lead in there which goes in the back of your iPhone or your Android device, and it'll give you full stereo that you can use to broadcast on Mixcloud that way. Anyway, we're getting into the live streaming stuff again. The next question is from Konstantinos, who says, any news regarding the stems feature on Rekordbox? By the way, stems sound awful on Virtual DJ. They sound awful on everything. The technology isn't there to just separate studio quality vocals. Stems is where you get 4 tracks and you can turn off the drums or the music or the bass or the vocals. 3, 4, 5 tracks depending on which software you use, and a couple of pieces of DJ software have it. DJ Pro for iOS has it, and Virtual DJ has it as well. and it isn't perfect. And if you want to try it out on Virtual DJ, just go to their website and download the software. It's free to use if you don't use a controller, and you can try it out. But no news on that being added to Rekordbox or any other software come to that. Jonas, I don't know which USB-C hub I would recommend, but if you send a support request into our friends over at DJ Tech Tools who make the MIDI fighter you're talking about, I'm sure they'll be able to help you there. Any reasonably priced turntables that will work with Rekordbox. It feels like it would be easier to learn on scratch. Any turntables will work with Rekordbox. You need to get the Rekordbox control vinyl, and you need to have a Rekordbox DVS box or a Pioneer mixer that will work with it. That's the key thing. And once you've got that, then any turntables will do. That's the point of DVS. They work with any turntables. But the best turntables I recommend nowadays are the little Newmarks. Now I'm trying to remember what they're called. I always get the initials wrong with the Newmark turntables. NTX 1000, the Newmark NTX 1000 turntable. It looks like this. I mean, they're not cheap, but they are the best value. You get a really good turntable for your money with the NTX 1000s. They're basically the same as the Denon turntables, which cost twice as much. So they're a real bargain. They will last you a lifetime. They're really, really good. So if you want to seriously get into scratch DJing and you want some decent direct drive turntables, they're the ones I would recommend for a beginner. They go really nicely with the Newmark mixer I was talking about, actually, although that is for Serato. The mixer has got Serato compatibility built in, and you are talking about Rekordbox here. Janesh says, oh no, Janesh, I answered your question about quantize. A little tip, little request, please don't post questions more than once. It just confuses me. I answer all the ones I can, and if you keep posting your question, it just holds things up for everyone else. Post it once and I'll try my hardest, and if we don't answer you live, we'll try and answer you afterwards. So speaking of Serato, says Dave, is the scratch bank only activated by the S11? I have a Range 72 and it doesn't seem to be available. Yes, unfortunately, it's only activated by the S11. So the S11 is the brand new mixer from Pioneer DJ, which I'm showing you on the screen now. This is an awesome little mixer, the replacement for the DJ MS9. And we've got a video over on YouTube called 12 Things You Need to Know. So a lot of people have posted a lot of stuff about this, but we boiled it down to the 12 big things. So if you're interested in learning about this mixer, a lot of fun even if you're never going to buy it or you're never a scratch DJ, because there's some real innovations going on. And there's an article over on Digital DJ Tips 2 which goes through all of this stuff. And one of the features is a new Serato feature, which is the one that you're talking about there, Dave. And I talk about it here, so I'm just trying to find it. I'm just scrolling through to try and find it. It's somewhere near the bottom, I think. There's a whole new Serato sample mode called Scratch Bank. It's really cool, but unfortunately, it is only currently on the DJ S11. Although I do think it will come to other Serato gear in the end. The next question is from loads of you want to know about the future of Traktor. I'm afraid I just can't help you with that. I do ask them periodically and they don't tell me anything. DJ Ice Age, I'd like to know what the best controller is that's cheap on price but good on quality. DDJ 400 from Pioneer for Serato. DDJ SB3 from Pioneer for Serato. DDJ 400 for Rekordbox. DDJ SB3 also from Pioneer for Serato, and the Newmark Platinum FX or Platinum or Pro FX, Platinum FX or Pro FX are both very good controllers for Serato as well. So there's two recommendations there. A good timeline of when DJs invented techniques would be cool. What a brilliant idea. Wouldn't that make a great article? When DJs invented techniques. I'm writing that down now. Thank you very much for that, Anthony. I have here, I can't show you, I can't turn around and show you, but just there, I have a load of post-its all the way down our gear cabinet, full of good ideas, and there's another good one, so thank you for that. Scream, another Traktor question. I've been DJing with Traktor for many years. I feel they're not improved very much on either their software. Is using Traktor still worth it in 2020? They're pretty much the best for electronic music and DJ producers who are strictly wanting to do that stuff. The loop move is very tight. The analysis of tracks and the sync is very tight for that kind of music. And the sound quality is very good. But they're missing a lot of features, I agree. But yes, if it's not broken, don't fix it. Changing your DJ software is like moving house or, you know, getting divorced and remarried. It hurts. So don't do it unless you really have to, is my advice there. Lord Carlos says, I've got no problem streaming live to Twitch. They just mute part of the recording. Yeah, but they're actually taking recordings down left, right and centre at the moment. But you don't want that, right? You don't want your recordings muted. The next question is from, I'm just trying to scroll through and find another good question. Oh, Mike just says, thank you for the house mixing course. I absolutely love it. Oh, you're very welcome, Mike. That's our house mixing mastery course that we launched recently. So Mixmaster G says, good evening. I'm a bit late due to ADE 2020 online. Yeah, ADE's gone online. That's the Amsterdam dance event. I would normally be in Amsterdam at this time of the year, wandering around the canals with my phone on map, trying to find the next seminar or club or event that I want to go to. So there you go. What's the best site to go to for ideas on mixing vinyl? No idea. Our collaborator DJ Angelo has got some great stuff on YouTube for scratching on vinyl, so that might be a good place to start. But mixing on vinyl, follow our DJ courses and do it on vinyl. I'd say it's not really any different. It's just you just need to find the music you want in a very different way. TJ Unknown says, please explain what I have to do with that Larix app again. Look, it's more involved than just explaining quickly what you've got to do with it. If you're not sure what to do with it, take a look at that streaming course that we've got, which explains it all in a lot of detail. So the next question I've got is from Nikki saying, do you think the government are doing enough to help the music industry in this current situation? No, but I think they can't just fund everyone forever. So while I don't think they are, I do understand that money is limited. But no, I don't. In answer to your question, I don't. And that applies to the US and the UK, by the way. I'm following both countries. So any insight on how to curate your sound and tailor the genres you utilize for a signature sound? So very quickly, Erin, buy the music that you feel in your soul. Buy the tracks you really want to play with. Forget the genre and pile them all together and keep DJing with them, because in the end your sound will emerge. Don't try and force it. It might take years, but in the end, if you follow your heart, your sound will emerge. There's loads of things I love, right, in music. I love bongos. I love really good percussion. I love when a girl and a boy talk and answer in a song. I love having a female and a male vocal in a song. I love whistling. I love it when a song's got someone whistling somewhere in it, and loads of other things. I could list you hundreds of them. And over the years, I've realised the songs that hang around in my collection have normally got one or two of those in. It could be a garage track, a house track, a techno track, a trance track, a chill out track. It could be any kind of track, but what I play hangs together by the things that just make me go, yeah, I like that. And even I couldn't fully articulate what it is, but I can tell you it takes years to develop. So keep following your own sound, if you like. Don't worry about sticking to well-known genres, if you like. This is a great question from John, who says, what's a good budget streaming sound card? Now, I can actually recommend you a couple of things here. Now, I can't show you this one because it's actually powering our microphone at the moment. If I pull it out, you won't hear me anymore. But if you just bear with me, I'm going to go to the drawers over here, and I'm going to pull out something that's very, very similar to the one that I have got plugged in there. So you'll have to just excuse me while I find it, because obviously as soon as I'm live and talking about these things, it's not where I think it's going to be, but I have found it. Oh no, I haven't, that's something else. Right, one more look and then I'll give up, people. Oh, I found it, it was in the drawer below. Awesome. Again, people, you can tell this is live, can't you? Right, something like this. Now you see people saying, oh, you've got to use something like the wonderful, it is wonderful, Evermix box, it's $100. You've got to use a Focusrite audio sound card, it won't sound good. That's all rubbish. You can buy something like this. This is a U-Green, the brand is U-Green. Oh, it's there. I hold it here, you'll be able to read it. U-Green. It's got a stereo input, mini jack, and it's got a headphones jack, and it's got USB-C on the other end. Actually, it's a normal USB on the other end. This will plug into a computer, and you can plug in your controller, and that is a brilliant sound card, about $30. So just search for cheap sound cards like this. They don't have to be anything special, and they will work just fine. That one is by Ugreen, the letter U and Green. Just search for Ugreen computer. I don't know what it would be called. But things like this, $30. You don't have to spend big money to get them. Of course, it's nice to have better sound cards and stuff, but it will sound fine through that with a bit of tweaking. How come, says Dana, some DJs seem to play copyrighted material on YouTube and others get blocked? How can I get more info on this topic? At the risk of sounding like a broken record, go and take a look at our live streaming course, because we cover all this stuff in big detail there. One of the big things in our live streaming course is what platforms to use and how to make sure you don't get blocked on those platforms. The steps you have to take to be able to live stream, if not with immunity, then certainly with a very, very strong chance of everything being all right. You know, I've been live streaming on YouTube since April, and so have all of our team, and we haven't had any streams taken down at all. So, you know, it's called DJ Live Streaming Made Easy. It's over in the courses area on digitaldjtips.com. We cover all that stuff there in great detail. So if you're serious about doing this, it might be a phenomenal investment in getting you there. But as I say, why do I keep going to that one? It's because I used to have that camera on that short key code. That's why. So yeah, have a look at the course. Next question. I'll do one or two more. Please do once more, just either hit the share button, that's what I really want you to do, or hit the likes and the loves and the thumbs up and stuff right now as we go into the last 5 minutes here, because it just helps us to see that you're enjoying these. And I'll give you one or two links now just in this little interlude as well. If you want the book, go there. And if you're interested in the Hype course, I told you a second ago that we've got a new course coming from DJ James Hype. If you're interested in the James Hype course, there's the James Hype sign up page. There's an easy way of getting to that as well. Just go to here, djtips.co/hype, that you can see on the screen there, djtips.co/hype, and you can sign up and we'll tell you when the new transitions course, mixing course is coming with James Hype. It's very, very exciting, that one for us. We're looking forward to bringing you that. Right, final then push into the last few questions that we can answer here live today. And the next question I want to share is from Dance for Oil. You're asking a lot of great questions here. I hope people can get to you with some answers to them. I've answered a couple of yours already though, so I want to answer some from some other people before we finish off. There's plenty of information on YouTube to set up a small business, says Nikki. Yeah, YouTube is a good place as well. What resources would you recommend to learn marketing and promotion in the digital age? Well, there's a lot of training on Digital DJ Tips. If you're really serious about it, take a look at our Digital DJ Lab, which you'll find over in the courses area. Digital DJ Lab has got a pro level where we do a lot of very deep teaching on that kind of stuff. So go and have a look at Digital DJ Lab. I mean, it's not something we can teach in a broadcast like this, but also on Digital DJ Tips. If you just searched for, and I'll do it now for you to show you, Digital DJ Tips promoting, you will see we've got lots of free content over there which could help you with that as well, like for instance this post here, promoting yourself. There's a video and there's also a whole post about it with me giving you a lot of information on promoting yourself here. So if you want to go and have a look at that, just head over to Digital DJ Tips and in the search bar just type promoting yourself like this. That search bar is a really good secret weapon, by the way, if you can spell, because there's a lot of stuff in there that you can find on the website. And there you go, there's all this stuff here on how to promote yourself on Digital DJ Tips, dozens and dozens of articles. So head over there and have a look at that stuff. That's all free, of course. I don't only want you to buy our courses. I want you to buy our courses when they're right for you. I want you to use our free stuff as well, because that's why we make it, and we've made an awful lot of it. Hi to Jennifer, good to have you here. The next one of our last couple of questions actually, is going to come from, oh look, my team is sharing the scratch pack as well. If anyone wants to get free scratch sounds, So Laurie is saying, I just upgraded to Rekordbox 6 and I see they've gone subs. Yeah, you can stay on Rekordbox 5 if you want to, Laurie. It's still going to work for at least the time being. And like some people are saying, it could be that they change the way they do that. I don't know. Lou just says, thank you for saying hello to my 5-year-old daughter during your balcony beats mix. She really got a kick out of it. Keep up the good work. You're very welcome there. Lots of you asking questions about staying up on YouTube. I've kind of helped you with that one, keeping your live streams live, so to speak. Jorge says, great work. Keep the faith in the DJ community. In your opinion, what's the best system for timecode DJing? They're all brilliant. They all work fine. So whichever software you've got or you want to use, the timecode will work perfectly with. Didn't you forget stems in Traktor? No, stems in Traktor works differently to stems in Virtual DJ and DJ Pro. In Virtual DJ and DJ Pro, you can load a normal track and do the stems thing. In Traktor, you have to have stems tracks, and there ain't many of those out there, unfortunately. So no, I didn't forget it. I really like Newmark, says Salvation Drum and Bass. I've never been disappointed. Agree with you. They have had some duff products over the years. They did a terrible turntable a few years ago, but no, their kit's all really good. The new mixers are awesome. The Scratch and the new controllers are brilliant. Really good value for money controllers. So let's just get maybe our last question. I'm just looking for a really good one. Is the Newmark NS7 II still worth buying in 2020? Yeah, it is, but you might want to look at one of the Pioneers, maybe the DDJ 800 instead. If you want Serato, maybe the 1000 SRT or the DDJ SX2 as kind of controllers that are equivalent to that. Have a look at them all, see which got the features you want. But yeah, the NS7 II is still a great controller. Okay, we're going to go to our last question here. When is the James Hype course coming out, says Michael. Hello, Michael. I need something else to do. Very, very soon is all I can tell you. Very soon. But if you want to make sure you're the first to know, not only you, Michael, because you will be anyway, because you're on all of our lists, I know that. But if you want to be the first to know, just join Digital DJ Tips. Or if you want to go and put your email address down right here, right now, specifically for the James Hype course, you can do that here. djtips.co/hype. It's going to be a big one. We're really, really looking forward to it. Right, this is going to be the last question. And this is from, I said, I always have to try and get a good, question to end off with, but it's just at the mercy of whatever people are asking. So I'm just going to try and find one more. Meanwhile, we'll share DJ Instigator's lovely, pretty pictures there. There's the link to pre-register for the Hype course, if anyone missed it. I'm just going to try and find a good last question here. Stevie D says, I think James Hype will be the live guest on your show next Thursday. Well, we've not said that, but if James has, maybe it's true. Join us next Thursday, people. And I'm just looking for that last question. I want to have a good one. A lot of you are just saying thank you. We are going after this question, so if you want to do your final thumbs up and thank yous, please do that now. Your positivity is always refreshing and appreciated, says Jason. Oh, you're very welcome, Jason. It's what we're here for. Let's go with DJ Mo. About 15 years ago, I had to sell my 1200s. I've been working with controllers ever since, but I look at all my vinyl and I miss my Technics, so I'm on the hunt for some replacements. Wish me luck. Well, we've already recommended the Newmarks. They're really good. Pioneers 1000s are good. Reloop have got some great turntables. Just don't buy the new Technics, the Mark 7s, because they're rubbish. They really are overpriced, and there's a lot better out there nowadays. Right, I'm going to leave it there today, folks. Thank you very much. We didn't get any questions about our controller of the week. Maybe I didn't ask enough people to ask about it, which was this lovely little Prime Go from Den and DJ. I have produced some training on this, so if you're interested in this little device and you'd like me to show you how it works, maybe you want to buy one, or maybe you've got one and you just can't work out all of its features, then watch out for that. Next week we will have what we call a video manual or a training tutorial on exactly this unit, and that is basically me giving you the video version of the instructions. You will know how boring the instruction manual is, right? And the best bit about these video training tutorials is that I give you an index for them. So I'm just going to show you what one of them looks like. They're totally free, by the way, absolutely totally free. So let me show you what one of them looks like. I'm just finding one now. Here we go. Here's the one for the Prime 2. We have them for some Pioneer gear and stuff as well, but I'm going to show you the one for the Prime 2 now. So over on our Digital DJ Tips website, you see we have this video here. The videos are long. They go to about an hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours, but they really are everything you need to know. But here's the cool thing. We give you an index. You see this index here? So let's say that you were wanting to know about auto looping on the Prime 2, you can just head to the YouTube video, and you can, what I'm about to show you, you can do. I'm about to give you a Let's go to the YouTube video and do it actually. So you head to the YouTube video, and then you show more on the comments, and you just search. So I search for auto loop, and you see what happened there? The first thing that happened was it jumped down to auto loop. Now I can click on here. This is auto loop, straight to the auto loop version, part of the tutorial. So these are really awesome. We have them for the XDJ XZ or XZ from Pioneer. We have them for the Prime 4 and the Prime 2, and shortly for the Prime Go from Denon. And if people ask for them, we add them all to a long list. And if enough people have asked for that particular model, we add them to that. So our video tutorials are available on those pieces of gear. And like I say, the one coming out next week is the one on the lovely Prime Go from Denon. So watch out for that next week. Watch out for the James Hype course very soon. And one more time, if you want to sign up to be told about that course, you can do it here at djtips.co/hype. I've loved it this week, as I always do. Thank you very much, everyone. I will see you on Tuesday for Tuesday Tips Live, and next Thursday when we may or may not have a very special superstar DJ guest live on the show. So until then, all that's left for me to say is hit that share button. Get good, get out there, make the moments, and I'll see you again very soon. Till